This is a data collection question where a survey is taken from a population and we are being quizzed on whether the correct measures were taken. And there are three main rules you want to be thinking of on these questions. Number one, there should be no definitive statements. In other words, based on a particular sample of a group, we can't say what's definitely going to happen in the future. We can only say what's likely to happen or what makes sense based on our study. In addition, there should be no bias. In other words, whatever group we're sampling, we should have a random sample from that group. We can't favor people from the beginning of the alphabet or people who are on the first floor or people who already have a certain opinion. Last but not least, you can only reflect on the group you sampled from. So if I sample from a certain school, I'm able to make claims about what would be plausible for the students at that school. But I can't reflect on another school, on the county, on the state, on the country, or even on a different age group. I can only reflect on the group that I took a sample from. And I think that's going to come in handy on this question because the market researcher selected 200 people at random from a group of people who had already indicated that they liked a certain book. So they already have some favor toward this book. Now, if there were an answer choice that said anything about the population as a whole, then we wouldn't be able to pick it because we only picked from people who already liked the book. Now, one of the answer choices seems to say that definitely not people who go to see movies, because that wasn't who was, or people who read books, those weren't who were surveyed. And people who dislike the book, we didn't survey those either. But D is great because it's talking about people who like the book will dislike the movie because they surveyed people who like the book and 95% of them dislike the movie. Now, one quick note, D sounds like a definitive statement. It says this is definitely what's happening. But the reason why we don't want to consider it that way is that the prompt is saying which inference can appropriately be drawn. So in other words, which thing makes sense, not which thing is definitely going to happen. But in any case, the answer here is D.